And we are live.
And we are back.
Ooh, ooh.
Thirsty Thursday's back. And it came back again so fast, y'all.
Like
so
how?
Fast. Like I thought it was just when you texted us earlier this week, P, or like Friday, I was like, we're back and ready.
How?
I was like, what do you mean? I thought I had another week. I legit was like, wait, hold on. No.
I have so much going on this week. Yeah, no.
It comes quick.
It does. I mean, it's not like it's every 30 days, but it absolutely caught me off guard.
You know what, too? This time of year goes by fast.
It does.
Like December's like literally here.
Yeah.
Mind you, we're only in the second week in November, and December's already here. I'm so confused.
I don't want it.
It's
I don't want it.
mid-November. Like, how the fuck did that happen?
It's not even mid-November yet. Next week is mid.
No, it's really.
That's mid, right?
No, I thought third was mid.
It doesn't necessarily have to be mid. It is the second week, but we haven't had a full 2 weeks yet.
There you go.
So we're not there yet. What? Am I excited for Thanksgiving though? I don't know what I'm doing. So
I don't know either.
Don't know.
I'm excited,
my friend's gonna.
No idea what I'm doing.
Like my friend's not gonna be here anymore. But the actual day of Thanksgiving, I'm thinking, am I gonna have people at home? I don't think so. Am I gonna go somewhere?
I think I'm going to be in my own house by myself. Like I might not. I'm just like, whatever.
You know, like Greg and I could have like our own little Thanksgiving. We did that last year, and I cooked way too much for 2 people. It was a lot. But then again, I had food for the whole week, so I guess that it works out. It works out. Oh, look, I heard myself again.
Shout out to everybody joining us. Hey, Banks.
You want to say hi to Mina? No?
Damn.
No?
I better see you next Friday. No, next Saturday.
Okay, somebody trying to
Who's going?
Somebody trying to come to your walls, Bakey?
Oh, excuse me?
No, I'm saying the noise. Like
oh yeah. I'm like, sir, like, chill. This is a main road.
So that's
like, it's not even. It's barely 7:00. Like, what the fuck are you doing? People still walk the street without looking 2 ways. Calm down.
Hotel booked.
Calm down.
I love it. Yay! I love everybody that is in the comments right now. Like everybody like really shows up every week. It's so cool.
Yay!
Ready
Hello,
to party.
Everybody.
So how you doing? Welcome back to Thirsty Thursday.
Welcome back.
What's everybody drinking in the comments?
Yeah, let us know. Because we actually are taking it easy.
Today is a chill day.
More hot water. I'm drinking tea in my New Day mug.
Oh, look at you. At least you're going an extra step. You're drinking a concoction, and I love that coffee mug.
Thank you.
Oh, my
Thank you so
much.
My cousin is watching.
But I don't think I'm gonna drink. I think I'm gonna just stick to water. I have a bit of a headache, so I don't think I'm gonna just like water it out today. You know, we got to get prepared for next week. We're gonna be lit next week. We're gonna be lit. Our weekend is gonna be crazy, Pete.
Krista.
Our weekend is gonna be crazy.
It really is.
I am so excited for you guys. I am broke, so I ain't going nowhere. But I am,
Audrey.
You know, like tear.
Wait, no Survivor Series for you?
Mama, I am broke. I will enjoy it. I will enjoy it from my couch. What I can afford, which is Peacock. That is what I will be enjoying next Sunday.
We'll talk.
Thank you very much.
We'll talk. We'll try to make something work. Okay.
I think, I feel good about that. Who else is going to Survivor Series? If you're going to Survivor Series, put it in the comments.
Jerry's going. I know she's going for a fact. Representing the Face Beat Heels High podcast.
Yeah. So let's do some intros real quick.
Let's do it.
I'm Queen PR.
Right, I'm over here chewing. I'm Christy.
And I'm Christina the Baker Contreras from the Face Beat Heels High podcast.
Yeah. And we are back, like we said, with another edition of Thirsty Thursday. We usually drink, have fun, be merry, and all that good stuff. But we're taking a lightweight today because, as we said, next week we're gonna have a busy, packed booked and busy weekend. And so we just want to take it light. We want to, hydrate ourselves. We're older than we were before. So, we got to hydrate first.
I like how you was like, we're just older than we were.
We're older than we were before. So we have to hydrate first. Even if that takes a week in advance, we have to hydrate. So, water all day, tea all day, juice all day, something, okay? But being that we're drinking water does not mean that the rules to our drinking game does not apply.
No.
Game, baby?
Yes, absolutely. So we at the Face Beat Heels High podcast, we play this game every episode. If you have listened to our episodes, you know what I am talking about. If not, welcome. This is the drinking game with no name. It's just the drinking game. If you want to celebrate something, if you want to toast to something regarding wrestling, if you want to dedicate a shot to something, you dedicate a shot, and we play this sound P.
It was just working. I promise you, it was just working.
And we played this sound P.
Okay.
Maybe it's not T and P. There you go.
There we go. That is the Undertaker spell. Oh my goodness. So celebrate with us, dedicate a shot, dedicate something to this wonderful world of wrestling that we love, that we're here for. We are just drinking water, like we've said. I had a little too much bourbon yesterday during my co-host, Jeree Wild Spice.
Jeree and TJ, we miss y'all.
Yeah, we
miss
do
you
miss
guys.
you guys. We really do.
Listen.
Shout out to the rest of Face Beat Hills High.
Shout out to my girls. Hey, working is hard.
Yeah.
Working is hard.
Yes. And those that are new to Thirsty Thursdays, we do this the second Thursday of every month.
That's right.
With these lovely ladies for like officially over a year now, which is like
yes, my goodness. Look at that.
So yeah, shout out to everybody else joining us. This is a fun one because it's kind of about like y'all favorite wrestling family, because it's all about The Rock, it's all about Survivor Series. So
it's all about P's about to get ganged up on this episode.
I'm ready for the smoke.
Earrings is coming off, nose rings is coming out, hair is being put up. That's just what it is today.
It's just, I'm ready. We're here for it.
Time my life all day.
I mean, I just have certain opinions about,
cool.
Certain
bring
things.
Bring my other tag team partner up, okay?
All right.
What you got?
So we're gonna welcome one of my favorite people. Hey Jenna. Welcome to Thirsty
Hi, Jenna.
You're one of my favorite people as well, but it's Tag Team Thursday.
I mean,
Tag Team Thursday.
Thank you. Period.
Yes.
This is what we
I got the text and I was like, "You damn right, I want to do this."
She was like, "Should we ask Jenna?" First of all, I feel like she already knows some of my answers to her questions. She just wants to be nice and ask me because I'm gonna tell her no. And then we talk about The Rock.
Look, I got ready for you guys. Look, I have the shirt on. This is
yes.
It even has a stick. I'm ready for this. I was ready for
I'm saving mine for next weekend. I am saving mine for next weekend.
I hear you. See,
I respect that.
I wanna have another toast. And then we got to find out what Jenna's drinking and stuff. And then we got to give everybody the backstory of just like what's happening right now. Because, I mean, I'm ready for the smoke.
You sure?
You need to be.
I think so.
You need to be.
I might take it easy on you. I might.
No.
I was telling them before we started recording that I was the only Stone Cold fan in my household growing up. So I am ready for the smoke. I have the thick skin since 97 probably. So y'all can attack me. I'm a Stone Cold fan. So I mean, it is what it is.
And she doubles down. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Tamina.
Okay.
Exactly.
A lot.
Okay, because just on you guys' Instagram, I don't know if you saw the comment. I said you can't even be on this show. I'm kicking you off your own show. She said he's overrated, and I was like, oh, you can't be on tonight.
Listen, she can be backstage.
Jenna's ready.
There you go. Exactly.
She does the controls. I don't do
exactly. There you go.
You know what?
Come here. Exactly. You're still part of it. It's just that you control the backstage stuff. It's fine. It's cool.
Okay. So
I've been trying to get. I was trying to get on this show. I've been trying to get on this show permanently for a good couple of years now. So this might be the time.
Damn. So it's gonna
watch out, P.
That former wrestling girl. Like, damn.
Exactly.
Only for tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. So Jenna, what you drinking?
I am drinking Sauvignon Blanc.
All right.
Very nice.
Wanted to be a little classy. Ooh.
So you know the rule, right? So when you hear the Undertaker gong, you take a sip.
Right. Okay.
Just because we're drinking water doesn't mean that you don't refill that wine when it's time.
Wait, but why are you drinking water though? I'm confused.
I am drinking water because I downed half a bottle of bourbon by myself yesterday on stream when we were supposed to be sipping bourbon, and I was shutting that shit down.
But
I was just shooting it down.
What's today's show called though?
I know.
That's fine. So we decided that Thirsty Thursday cannot. It doesn't always have to be about alcohol. It can be about whatever.
Everybody can partake. It's
because we realize we have kids who watch us, and we can't be promoting underage drinking.
And then people don't always, some people don't drink, so we want them to feel like they,
My husband knows that I'm being attacked, and he is currently fixing me a drink. You are the real MVP, Gregory. You are.
He really is though.
You are getting a slow clap.
I'm a fan of Gregory. I am a fan because it's just like, first of all, and it's Veterans Day. Like, I'm pretty sure none of us really
have a lot of friends who are vets. I have a lot of
Okay, so it's just a good day to celebrate. Friday, it's the weekend.
We have tequila. Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Half a mac and cheese all day, boo. Okay. He's not giving you the tequila.
Let him take care of you. It's fine. That's the purpose for him to take care of you.
All right. You're a good husband.
All right.
I have to know. Because I want to go get a refill. I'm gonna let y'all talk, but like, why The Rock? Like, why was he your favorite? Like, how come? Like, I gravitated towards Stone Cold for certain reasons. Like, why did y'all gravitate towards The Rock per se?
So you're gonna leave while we're discussing this? That's
no.
Crazy. Oh, okay.
No, I want to know. Like, how could you?
All right, so I'm gonna go first because I'm working and whatnot. So I'm gonna go first. Everybody knows, like, and I said this like on the show before. I probably was like, I was one of them kids that was just like, I see a cute man, I'm like, oh. So The Rock was that man for me. You understand? Like, when he debuted at Survivor Series, pineapple hair, the blue one, he was idea. Like, but then, he started to get like real tough, real muscular, like, and I think what attracted me more to him was the fact that he was able to find his voice when people were trying to shut him up. Like, he stood on his own, and then like it was a vignette or a episode where at WrestleMania where Rocky Johnson came out to help him after he won his match because he was being jumped, and on that next day he was just like, I appreciate you for coming to help me, and I appreciate being your son, everything you've done for me, but I got to stand on my own. So you stand on your own to everybody, not just to the audience, not just if you stand on your own for everybody. Like, you found your own lane. And then he came up with the best catchphrases. All Stone Cold Steve Austin had was what? And because Stone Cold said so.
Period.
So many.
Period.
That's an accurate statement. But it's not about Stone Cold. It's about
is it not
The Rock and Survivor Series.
And then no shade. And Stone Cold has said this himself. The Rock is a better wrestler.
Period.
Yes, Stone Cold has said Stone Cold has said that he is not the best wrestler, but because of his attitude and how he also stood up in Attitude Era, and how he also stood out and was like fuck the boss or whatever. That's how he was really over. If you watch his interviews,
so we're not gonna talk about him being injured or whatever,
or whatever.
No, but even before he was injured, even when he was in WCW, when he was ringmaster or whoever, he said himself that he was not the best wrestler. Like he looked at other wrestlers. He was like, I never considered myself to be as best as them, but it was his attitude which got him over, which was amazing. Stone Cold is good at what he does, but you know, The Rock,
Dwayne. I'm sorry. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he made me a drink with like mortal shit and shit.
Ooh,
like, there's actual
yes, he definitely.
We gotta toast to him. Like that's it.
Yeah, can we get
that is what marriage is supposed to be.
Right? Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, baby.
Makes you alcoholic drinks and supports it. That's what it should be.
Thank you, P. You just got an Undertaker's belt, Poopy. Thank you.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. What about you, Jenna?
All right, yes, please, Jenna.
What about me? So the thing is, I remember my first memory of wrestling, or actually it wasn't really a first memory. I remember tuning in, and it was during the Attitude Era. So I missed when The Rock actually premiered, but or debuted it at Survivor Series, but it was probably, I want to say 97 or 98. And I had the same thing. I was like, who is this guy? He's attractive. You know what I mean? Just big, buff, and them thighs when, you know, used to walk down the ramp. And I was just like, 8-year-old, 9-year-old Jenna was like, who is this?
And the eyebrow.
And the eyebrow.
Right?
And it was
I can never do it. But
I can never do it. Like, people have these hidden talents. I can never like lift my eyebrow. I couldn't. You know how back in the day it was the thing to like flip your eyelids? I could never do stuff like that.
Flip my eyelids.
No, it was like a 90s like kid thing to do, and I could never do dumb stuff like that. So
that's it.
So this is what I could do. Yeah, I couldn't. I can't whistle. Anyway, that's besides the point.
I can't whistle either.
I'm not talented.
As a child, we were so fearless and doing shit they weren't supposed to be doing, like flipping eyelids. I made a mistake and flipped my eyelids now, and I started crying.
Oh no, no, girl.
I feel like in hindsight, it was best that I didn't know how to do it, because it would have been some like I couldn't get it back down.
I did that shit a couple of times. It hurt. Like I wasn't doing it right. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, but I am also a delicate flower. So I was like trying to flip that shit inwards, and I was no, don't do it.
I can't do it now.
And I have eyelashes on.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Please continue, Jenna.
No, so then so it's just I saw him, and then outside of his looks, then again it was just this attitude, this cockiness, this swag. You know, he came out with his Versace $800 shirts and the dress pants, and it was just something different than the prototypical wrestler. And then you bring in the Attitude Era, and it was just this like whole craziness, or what defined the 90s. It had me tuned in, but it's like, again, it was just something about him that you had to just get drawn to him. And the funny thing is about the whole Stone Cold versus the Rock thing, it was always a debate in school, but I felt like more people chose Stone Cold. So I was always it was me and a few other people that was just really trying to defend the Rock and state our case why he was just better. And it's the catchphrases, you know, his ability to sell to make people look, you know, really, really good, including Stone Cold. Like, and it's funny because his character was so arrogant and cocky, but we've come to know about The Rock or Dwayne Johnson, he's all about putting people over. I remember at one point, I think maybe in 99 or whatever, he was so hot. And then after his like championship feud, he was feuding with like Billy Gunn, right? And it's like, how are you in top feuds, right? And then you go down to the mid card, but that was The Rock. The Rock, you know, could work with anybody and make anybody look good. And he stole my heart, and you know,
come on,
he's the GOAT.
Yes.
Thank you.
Period.
I truly
Exactly. Legit. I remember I used to. You remember when we had like you could print out. We always used to print out pictures and stuff, and whatever. I used to and I used to have a notebook that I used to bring to school with like all the hottest guys, and The Rock was in there. I got in trouble for that book because apparently 9-10-year-olds shouldn't be looking at half naked men, but whatever. Like it's The Rock, so. Love that man.
Listen, right. To the teachers who was hating on them books, and
period,
as Stone Cold would say,
okay. Exactly. Right, that's right.
Right. Or as The Rock would say, know your role, jabroni.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
So Baker, you a Rock fan over Stone Cold too? Like, what's your story?
So it was the fanny pack for me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That had her soul. That was it. Exactly.
To the fanny pack.
Exactly. Iconic.
All right. So the truth is that, and you guys know this, but Jenna, in my case, I was not allowed to watch wrestling growing up because my abuelita, she was very adamant that was for boys. That was a boys thing. So I wasn't allowed to do that shit. But I had only male cousins. So they all watch wrestling. So what the fuck am I going to be watching when they're over or I'm at their place? They're watching wrestling. What the fuck am I going to do? And, they loved Stone Cold. And I wanted my cousins to be on, like, I wanted to do what my cousins were doing. But also because I was the girl, they gave me so much shit that even when I was a part of what they were doing, out of pettiness, I would go against what they were doing. So if they were rooting for Stone Cold, I was rooting for The Rock.
And that you're such a smart human being for that.
Right. Thank you. I agree 1,000%. But like, just because that's how I started kind of like introducing myself into the whole Rock Stone Cold feud, doesn't matter that I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yes.
I love it.
I just started loving the man, like the few bits and pieces that I got here and there from like the things he said, the feuds that he had, like who he started becoming as a member of pop culture. Because honestly, I started falling in love with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, not like The Rock, like when he started, when he did Scorpion King, I was like, I really want to watch this. I never actually did because everybody discouraged me. They were like, it's such a bad fucking movie, but
it wasn't a good movie.
But I love The Mummy though. Yeah. So he also got me through that venue. I really started appreciating him in pop culture. And then I was like, you know what? Even though this is what I actually know him for, I knew him before and I liked him before. And I just fell in love with the man. He's just such an amazing person.
So here's my thing. Do you like, because you said you like Dwayne The Rock Johnson because he introduced you kind of to like the whole, not introduced you to pop culture, but he made that transition, right? I always say this, like, I genuinely love The Rock, right? Like everything The Rock does, I think he does no wrong, right? But lately, he's not The Rock anymore, right? He's legit Dwayne Johnson, right?
Correct.
And I want to watch my words because I love him dearly, right? But I'm a fan of The Rock more so than Dwayne Johnson. So when you say that, right? And in regards to growing up and the whole pop culture thing,
right?
I loved him then because I felt like it was still more so his persona. Like The Rock was the one in Hollywood, not necessarily Dwayne Johnson. Now it's legit Dwayne Johnson. Like there's nothing about The Rock that's present right now, in his career. So it's just like, do you feel the same way in that sense in regards to? Okay.
I do. Yeah. Like, I hear where you're coming from, and I agree 100%. Like, yes, I got not introduced to The Rock via pop culture because I got introduced to The Rock through wrestling.
Right.
But I got to appreciate The Rock as a performer because at the end of the day, I am a wrestling fan, but I am a performer. So from a
Right.
very early age, I started appreciating what he was creating as a creative, as an actor, as an artist. And
that's a great way to put
because he was, let's say, transitional in a way that, you know, he still had a very strong presence with the WWE, even though he was successfully becoming the artist, the persona that he is now. That allowed me to be like, you know what, this wrestler has me, like, it's really compelling to me in everyday general pop culture. Let me see what he has to offer as a wrestler. So I got more into wrestling because of The Rock as an artist. And even though I agree that Dwayne Johnson has not completely divorced himself from The Rock, because he hasn't, but his shtick, so to speak, right now, what he does right now, it's pretty far removed from who he originally was as a character. Like, I agree that divorce has happened, but I don't know where I was going with this. I kind of like lost my train of thought, but my point is that I agree with you, but I appreciate that his pop persona introduced me or compelled me to wrestling.
For sure. I agree with that.
That's true. I mean, I feel like if The Rock had not happened, we would have never really looked forward to Dwayne Johnson. And we just got to be real. We got to be real to it. Like, I'm just like, if The Rock would have never came through them curtains as many times as he did and graced us or whatever, I would have never looked for The Rock in The Mummy, Dwayne Johnson in The Mummy, or in Scorpio King, or in Jumanji. You know, it's like I would have never looked for him there, because I'm just like, okay, well, he's cute. You know, he's not, at the beginning, he wasn't that great of an actor.
He was not.
He wasn't that great of an actor. So what am I, looking for?
One can say he's. This is not a bashing The Rock episode. I'm sorry. No,
we just being real as real fans.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
I need to be real with you guys about one thing too, but we're gonna get there because this hurt my heart. We're gonna get there. Go ahead.
But I agree. Like, I actually went to go see The Scorpion King. Like, as big as a Rock fan, and I'm not saying I'm bigger than anybody, but I was like, yo, I gotta see this. What? The Rock is in a movie? I went to go see The Scorpion King, and I was highly disappointed because not only, I don't know if it was good or not. I went solely for The Rock, expecting The Rock to be in the movie throughout the whole thing. He was literally in the first minute or so, had no lines, and then that was it. So I was like, could you imagine? This was like, I was what? When did The Scorpion King come out? Like 2001, 2001.
2001.
Yeah, so I'm
Alexa,
like 11.
When did The Scorpion King movie come out?
The film The Scorpion King was released on April 19th, 2002.
Thank you.
Two.
So 2002.
My
So yeah,
pleasure.
I was
Just
a
doing
fuck
my
up.
job.
Bitch.
Wow.
Go on. I hate her. I'm sorry, it wasn't you guys.
I know.
It was.
It's funny because
Hate her.
mine didn't go well because I have my AirPods on, because someone could say it like on the phone or something and she goes off and it's like, the fuck?
Yeah,
anyway.
Nobody asked you.
Right. I hate that. I hate it. But yeah, so it's like an 11-year-old Jenna is like, what the fuck is this? What is this movie? Like, and I was like highly annoyed that I went. But yeah, I agree with that point in the sense of like, we probably wouldn't see all those different movies if, The Rock wasn't in it. Me personally speaking, again, I love him and I still have love for Dwayne Johnson. I just don't, he's gotten better over time. I still think he's not
The Rock was a better entertainer.
Yeah, The Rock is a better entertainer
than Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, it hurts my heart to like this.
I mean, but
I
you
know
gotta
it's not slander.
I don't disagree.
You gotta be real.
I don't disagree.
Like me, I look at him as still The Rock. Oh, The Rock is in Jumanji. Oh, The Rock is in Fast and Furious. Oh, The Rock. Like, I get that his name is Dwayne Johnson, but that's still The Rock to me. Like, it's never gonna be any separation for me for that. But The Rock did use Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I need to get this out now because it really hurts my heart that he decided he wanted to rap. And I am not.
I gotta go.
I mean, that's your man's though.
That's fine.
All right, don't do that. That's your man's though. Don't do that.
That's cute. She's trying to be all whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna be
trying to establish dominance, Pete. Nah,
it's not gonna work. I'm gonna be that is not the wave for me.
That was a good look.
My boss was like, "Oh, why didn't you? So you didn't know that The Rock was on a rap song?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? It doesn't matter from '98." I promise you, this is what I
said. Because that was good.
Right. I got that one on my phone. Right. Then I heard the song with him and Tech Nine, and I'm like, okay, all right. I feel like he's like giving ad libs for the song, And then the part that threw me off is when he cursed, like just threw the curse word out there. And I'm like, huh? So a friend of mine who's also a big Rock fan, I was like, hey, The Rock is rapping on the song. He was like, what? I said, you need to go listen to it. He was like, we just gonna pretend that never happened.
You really have to.
Honestly, really I'm gonna act like it never happened.
I rebuke it.
I thought about it. That song made it to #1 on the rap charts, and I'm like, huh? Now, if I was a biased Rock fan, I'd be like, that song
period.
Lit. I'm not. I'm one of them true, real rappers.
You're realistic. You know the truth.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong. The song itself, before The Rock's verse, is lit. The beat, everybody else who's an official rapper is lit. It's just not something that I was feeling. And I don't want to watch this because we're gonna manifest that he's gonna be watching this and think that we're bashing him, but as real fans, you gotta be realistic with the people that you love or people that you support or whatever. If it's not working, it's not working. I thought it literally sounded like now if it was like a promo for like him coming back, cool. Do it that way. Because a lot of them sing their own songs. Haley sung her own song. My thing is The Rock can cut a hella promo. The Rock can cut a hella of a promo off the cuff and it translates to rap. Right. It sounds more like a promo than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will agree with that. His verse sounded more so, and that's the thing. Since it sounded so much like a promo, it just made it awkward because you're doing this over a beat, and it just. I agree. That was. I got secondhand embarrassment. Honestly,
that's why.
For real.
It didn't happen.
For real.
I was reading. Shout out to Cal from Black Wrestling. He's also a deputy editor over at Complex. I was reading his article about the song and how The Rock got into it. Rock wasn't even supposed to be in the goddamn song. We just gonna put that out there. He would literally end up on that song and had a verse in that song by accident.
Someone said this. Not to cut you off, real quick. Mm-hmm. Someone I read a tweet somewhere, and it's very similar to someone like Snoop Dogg that they achieved every kind of like. They got every Infinity Stone, and now it's just like you're doing whatever, like you know what I mean? Because it's like you think about it. He's been successful in wrestling. He's been successful in movies, sitcoms, or hosting. He's just literally liquor, right? Energy drinks. It's now
I need to re-up on my Terramana though.
That's a really good tequila. It's like
I still haven't had it.
I love it. It's one of my
really
favorites.
Good.
It's really good.
I should have checked yesterday. They had it at the liquor store.
I think it's better than Casamigos.
I agree. Oh my god, I had that debate. Wow, me and Jenna agreed on something. I had that debate. I know that is Sasha, but I feel like I have that debate all the time about Casamigos, Terramana. I love Terramana.
I think it's super smooth. Something about Casamigos. It's cool. It's fine, but it's just I don't know. I think Terramana.
You can shoot Casamigos. You can't shoot Terramana.
You sip it.
I made the mistake in shooting Terramana
but I find it to be really smooth. You don't.
Yeah, but he said so himself. It's not a shooting tequila. Like that's something that you really take and sip. Like you don't shoot it.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of shooting the tequila, and we just gonna talk about other stuff offline. I was like, nope. I started gagging. I felt like I was drinking for the first time ever shooting that together. Not happening.
I don't know. I find it really smooth, but besides, like, basically, it's like, again, it's like The Rock has completed a video game, and now he's just doing the side missions. That's right. what I equate this being on a song and rapping is legit completing side missions. He's an author. Like, you've done everything that is possible in life,
that needed
right?
to be
like he figured that if he could do Maui and if he could do the Maui rap that Lynn created for him, he could also do this kind of rap. But I am sorry, Babykins, as a musical theater major, that was not even a good rap. You are not good at patter songs. Please move along. Move along.
Like and that's okay. And that's okay, baby.
It's okay.
And it's okay.
He's speaking, like, all right,
yeah.
even from like it doesn't matter. Even when it doesn't matter, like Wyclef was most, and I'll tell you now, I bumped this song to this very day. I'm not ashamed to say I do not bump it.
I remember the video and everything. Yeah,
all that. But even him, like, he's just being around. It doesn't matter if you got this, that, and the third. Like, he's just being him.
Him, The Rock. Yeah.
He was like speak talking. Like, what do you call it, Bakey? Like, you're not really singing, but you're not really speaking. Like, what do you? There has to be a word for that.
There is a word for that, and now you put me on the spot, and I'm blanking out.
I'm gonna just call it he speaks singing, and I guess
yeah. Yes. No, for real. That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah. Like, because he had Lin-Manuel's direction and how to do it, it was just like, okay. Although he's not, and don't get me wrong, Rock has a nice singing voice. We've heard him sing. Okay. He has a decent, not like when he can belt out some shit.
Belt out, but he can hold a tune.
He can hold a tune. He has a
he can hold a tune. He has
a decent voice. He can, he's a great Elvis impersonator, But so for when it came down to Moana and Maui, it was good for the movie. It was kids really not gonna know he's not really singing.
Right.
Adults who like us who know, like, oh, okay, it was cute. It's a movie.
It was cute.
Whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't do this. Don't be on this rap. Like, why?
There's no reason why.
Like, why no reason? Consult.
It was legit secondhand embarrassment. And I'll never forget, I was literally scrolling. I've even contemplated, and it's crazy that I'm saying this, admitting this in like live. I've contemplated on unfollowing The Rock on Instagram. And this is not even because of the song. It's just, again, I'm so used to The Rock, and then when I look at Dwayne Johnson, and he has great posts, but then I look at the caption. You ever notice his captions are like super long-winded? And I respect it because it's right. I respect it because it's authentic, but it's just like sometimes less is more. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like with everything The Rock does, or Dwayne does, it's a brand. It's pitching this and marketing this, and sometimes it's not necessarily needed. Even with your kid, even with your kid, like you're hanging out with your kids, and it's like these long posts or like what was said. And I'm like, did that really happen with you and your daughters? And I get it. Listen, at the end of the day, he's a multi-millionaire celebrity, right? And everything. He's a brand, right? So he's going to have to pitch whatever he's doing. But sometimes I feel like, just dial it back. You don't have to do this. So when I came across him rapping, I was like, oh Lord. I literally like went on to the next post. Yeah, it's like I was like, oh Lord, what is
like, am I being punked? Like,
right? I thought it was a joke.
Ashton Kutcher back. Like, am I being punked? Like, this ain't.
But I kind of. Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead, Bakery.
I was gonna say I kind of feel like his age kind of shows when he posts like that, because it's like, oh boo, like you're not some Uncle Iroh from Avatar giving us dishing us the knowledge of the day with these long ass posts. I'm on Instagram trying to waste my time. I'm not trying to read a dissertation.
Like a thesis on on working out. you know, and move on.
Like, I want to invest my 30 seconds that I would invest reading this. I want to watch like a 30-second TikTok that's just gonna be like, you know, like I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, Rob, but I
ashamed.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, we've been watching him for how long? Like, it's gonna come a time where it's like, okay, like we love you though. We love you.
Yeah, for real.
You're gonna outgrow certain things. Yeah,
right. But I want to get to some of these hot takes on The Rock because we put something out, and I want to know y'all thoughts.
The one that was mad disrespectful that you posted, that you said.
I just wanted to stir the pot. I absolutely do not think The Rock is overrated. I really don't. I actually was able to like admit recently that I was a Rock fan because it was so real when I was younger. Nah, I never admitted that I liked The Rock, but I always loved him. I always thought he was funny, and it is like y'all got it. Like, y'all got it.
You see how I'm looking at you right now?
Yo, look at Krista.
You got this one over here taking off her earrings.
I don't fight, so I'm just gonna like.
I said he was.
I'm just gonna root for the winning team.
He's definitely not overrated. Like, especially now that I'm older and I actually understand some of like a lot of his jokes now. I'm like, yo, The Rock was mad funny. Like, I was so like. I couldn't like him as a kid, but now I'm like, okay, yeah, he's like pretty cool.
No, you chose not to like him as a kid. That's like.
And then once I did, but once
you woke up and decided to choose violence
because I was never one for nobody. But let's talk about that trilogy though. Like 2 out of 3. Like let's
get
all right, this ain't about Stone Cold.
No, let's get into it.
This ain't about Stone Cold being a goat. I want to get into Stevie Windows 79 comment or hot take that he put.
His finest opponent was Mick Foley, not
no.
Mick Foley, The Rock and Mick Foley's feuds
were great.
The Icon match, Falls Count Anywhere match.
Rock and Sock connection. Well, I guess that's not necessarily being an opponent. Yeah.
And then like his stuff with Mick Foley on Raw, like I believe they had like a boiler room match. I know he had one with Kane too, but they had like their feud in the very beginning when The Rock decided, okay, so this happened at Survivor Series. Why are these screw jobs happening at Survivor Series? First we had Bret Hart, but Mick Foley's screw job happened at Survivor Series too. It happened the exact same way. Rock put Mick Foley in the sharpshooter. Vince is like, ring the bell. And Mick Foley was just saying like, I didn't grab the rope.
Oh yeah, they were trying to capitalize off previously the screw job from the year before. Yeah.
That was 98 of that was 98 or 99 Survivor Series. Rock joined the corporation. You know, he was hated or whatever the case may be like that. Rock,
it'd be like that.
It'd be like that, right? It's always a hater. Rock was.
There's always a hater.
Always a hater. You know, Rock joined the corporation, and it was like, although I was loving The Rock and his antics, I was feeling so bad for Mick Foley that I was compelled to be drawn to his side at that time because Rock sold it so fucking well. Yeah. It's just like, why are you being so mean to Mick? Why are y'all screwing Mick over like this? Like, Mick didn't do anything besides put on a mask. Like, it got to the point where DX and Stone Cold Steve Austin came out to help Mick Foley win his title back. Not a shot for a dissertation. But it came to the point where Rock sold it so good that Stone Cold and D-Generation X had to come out and beat up the corporation for Mick Foley to get his title back. So I do agree that, first of all, walk so Cena can run. Cena is still crawling. Anyway.
Period. Unless we're talking about the hot, if we're talking about the Hollywood transition, sure, but
Cena is still crawling right now.
Hey, right. I'm sorry, Forever Donnie, but
no shade.
You wildin', son. You bugging B. Sorry, the New York had to come out. You like you're
kid.
You bugging, son. Fuck is you talking about?
I mean, he had a little bit of a point though.
All right, again. Anyway,
I mean, look at John Cena's longevity, like consistently before going to Hollywood. Like, I'm just saying, like.
Anyway, this is not about Cena.
I'm gonna put my life back on mute. So, like, because I feel like I'm just gonna get attacked.
Like, trying to bring up other points that's not like that's not relevant.
So I do feel like Mick Foley was one of Rock's better. Jesus Christ. I do feel like
Mike is on fire tonight. God damn it, Mike.
I do feel like Mick Foley was one of the Rock's best opponents. Like they took each other to the I promise you, and not I Quit match P. It was not Survivor Series. It was Royal Rumble, January '99. I still to this day, in all of my older years in life, I could not watch that match. That match literally gave me nightmares. 9-year-old me, I had nightmares for a week straight. I kept seeing Mick Foley's bloody face in his mask, him face down, the I Quit coming on, and they show. I have the Rock's DVD, the three disc DVD.
I have that one too, the most electrifying. My girl,
I
love her.
And out of all of the matches that is on that DVD, I have to skip that I Quit match. I cannot bring myself to watch it.
Okay, but
now I gotta watch it because I haven't.
So
now I'm gonna have.
You haven't saw that? Oh man,
babe, we need to watch The Rock versus Mick Foley after this.
To that point, in regards to
the I Quit match,
in regards to Mick Foley being his best opponent,
I said one
or no, you didn't say that, but the comment that said better than Stone Cold, maybe, I don't know, but I would say this point is not made often. I think The Rock's like best opponent is not actually Stone Cold, but it's actually Triple H. You got it, because if you think about it, right, their careers are very parallel in the sense of when they both came up. Rocky Maivia and then
Hunter
Hearst Helmsley, and then they both got into the mid card where they had their own factions with DX and Nation of Domination, right? They had then they would feud over the Intercontinental Championship with not Survivor Series, SummerSlam '98. They had that feud. That's one of the better matches we've seen.
Is that Tamina?
That's Naya. This is Naya. Hi, baby. Come say hi. Come say that's Tamina.
That's Tamina. Yeah.
That's so cute. I was like, what? I was like, wait, they're in the chat? Like, hey guys. We're talking about your cousin. Anyway.
We're talking about your cousin. Thank you.
And then they both went into the the upper, like the main event picture, feuding for the title. The WWE Championship or the WWF title at the time. So I feel like their careers have been very parallel, but we haven't gotten the chance in regards to seeing them in like at WrestleMania, except for that WrestleMania 2000 when it was that Fatal 4-Way. But in regards to like head-to-head battles in regards to like WrestleMania, we never got the chance because it was Rock and Austin mostly. And then remember too, I forgot that one year The Rock, like it was a few years that The Rock was coming back consistently, and then The Rock and Triple H had that promo backstage for SmackDown. I don't know if you guys remember, and they got in each other's face, and they were like,
"That is like the most funniest one ever."
Yeah, and they were like kind of teasing what it would be like if they did WrestleMania. I think they basically alluded to the fact that they've never done it before, and what would happen if they do it. They've never done it. And then they were like, why are we this close? This is weird. And then they backed up.
And then it doesn't matter. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
So we're this close. There's nobody here. It's weird.
Right. Yeah. On the count of 3, we're gonna back up. So like, and then I can just think of all the different things when DX came out in and
blackface.
And blackface. Let's not forget how racist that was, but nonetheless,
we normalized it.
We normalized, especially because it was the Attitude Era, and it was like everything is edgy then. But yeah, I just feel like when you really like slice and dice it, Triple H is probably his best opponent.
Yeah, I think so.
But Stone Cold, it was just like
it's the longest feud, to be honest.
Yeah,
since they came into
closed. Yeah,
we closed Mick Foley and Rock. We closed it, and then they made Rock and Sock Connection. Rock has come back numerous of times to help Mick Foley.
Yep.
He closed Austin and Rock at the last WrestleMania, where Austin essentially retired from wrestling, but he was still there. Like, he just wasn't wrestling anymore when The Rock finally beat him. But we've never closed Triple H and
Rockin'. Exactly.
We've never closed it.
I mean, because when you got to look back, like I hate fucking Peacock, but like if you go on Peacock or the WWE Network and just like revisit just like early SmackDown and just like that was just like what ran SmackDown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially they fought, like they said in that little promo, they fought the first night and
the first night.
For Triple H and Rock lost, and he came back the next week and he beat his ass and whatever.
Yeah.
And even I was just watching. I promise you, all these Rock videos are coming from my Facebook feed, and I was just watching when Linda came and told the world that Stone Cold was going to be in Rock's corner at Backlash, and Stephanie was like, "No, he's not going to happen." And Rock comes and does his little thing and goes off. It's like the chapter never closed with Rock, even with the whole Rock and Stephanie. That whole Helmsley McMahon regime thing never closed. That chapter is still open. We just waiting to write more pages about it.
Yep.
So I agree. I feel like it's definitely Triple H.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that at all.
Yeah. Same.
Are y'all excited for a Survivor Series? Y'all think he gonna show up?
Don't. Why would you say those words when Krista's right here? Like.
And I know this poor girl has not gotten the chance to see him live, so I hope for you. I hope for you, just since we're on the same, connective like frequency and whatever, the whole wave. I want this for you, and I feel like it's really weird that WWE is spending a whole month, right, promoting Right 25.
Oh my God. Oh, I just said this. I promise you. Okay, so we did a sound off and we was talking about it, which comes out next week. And I literally was just telling your co-host, Jenna, that The Rock is going they're going to have to bring The Rock back, because out of all the Rock movies that came out before Red Notice, it was never being promoted on WWE. Every time there's a double take, every time there's a rewind, a flashback, at the top it says Red Notice. You didn't see one for Jumanji 1 and 2. You barely saw one for the Fast on Furious. You barely even saw one for like the him and Jason Statham one. I can't think of it right now.
Shops and Hall with Roman.
Right. Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. There you go. Never really saw those, but for them to say that they're going to do something for The Rock all month long, the day that he debuted Survivor Series, and then you come on and Red Notice, I promise you, and I put this on everything that I love, if that music hits,
are you going? Are you guys going?
Girl, who you talking to?
Listen, I haven't decided that if I'm gonna buy a ticket or not. Let's drink. I haven't I kept not to let you finish your point. I was telling people like, yeah, I want to go, but I'm not captivated with how the build is going for Survivor Series. And then I was like, but if The Rock shows up, because we've been hearing this for months, and now, like you said, with all this going on, and then the thing about Red Notice, Zelina was at the red carpet too, and it's like, why are you at? I know they're close, they're cool friends, and she's really, really tight with his daughter and everything. But it's just like you have a WWE superstar that was actually at the red carpet, so it's just like
showing up on WWE's Instagram. So the last time The Rock showed up on an Instagram account for WWE was his birthday, when they said "Happy Birthday, Rock." May 2nd. So from May to November, it's been quiet. Doing this?
They playing a song.
Like, what's not clicking? What is not clicking?
Wait, Baker, would you bet me that The Rock is coming at Survivor Series?
I am not a betting woman because I've never had luck with that sort of thing. What? I had a feeling that Brock Lesnar was coming for freaking
And he did.
SummerSlam, and he did, and I could feel it like in the bottom, like in the pit of my stomach, like right, like right in my root chakra. I could fucking feel that shit, and I kind of have a hunch.
I'm telling you guys. I am telling you guys.
I really hope he does.
I had this conversation with my aunt a few years ago. I promise, and I still hear her voice telling me this to this day. I said, "Mom," we was in the kitchen. I said, "Mom, the day that I meet this man," she goes, "they're gonna need an ambulance for you, because the way I'm going to pass out."
Listen.
And I'm telling my boyfriend, I'm like, "Hey, babe, you said you'll come me to any wrestling event, and I need you to come me to my favorite one in Brooklyn, and The Rock might show up. And I need you to pick me up when I fall. That's all. Like, you can sit down the entire match. You don't even got a chair. You don't got to do nothing."
Listen, when
that music hit, he better be ready to catch me.
And you know what the irony is to all of this? When you guys first had me on your show, we had this conversation about The Rock. The first time I went to Survivor Series was actually when the year that the Barclays Center opened, if I'm not. Was it? No, it was the following year. Was it 2012? Anyway, you remember it was the Survivor Series where it was Rock and Cena versus I'm sorry, that was actually Madison Square Garden. I'm sorry, because Barclays opened the following year. Okay. Rock and Cena versus what was it? Miz and R-Truth's names. What was it? The Awesome Truth.
Yeah.
Right? When I tell you, if you smell the way that arena, the eruption, the way, and you know it's New York, right? So when New York is like it's certain crowds, and you're just gonna get.
Yo, I'm doing this right now.
No, I'm gonna give it to you. No, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna relive this moment. The way that arena shook. I'll never forget. I had the digital camera, and I was like, "Ah!"
I promise you,
it was ridiculous.
Every battery is going to be charged that night. I don't want to hear nothing. Like literally, all I want to hear.
And I may have to go.
They can't fuck it up. Like they can't bring him out on Raw because he did not debut on Raw the next day. He came out on Survivor Series.
I wouldn't be.
They cannot fuck it up for me. Like they cannot fuck it up for me. If I have to go through certain contacts that I know to get to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, they cannot fuck this up for me. I promise. I promise.
Man, and I'm honestly like contemplating. I've been, like
I've been telling people they be doing some real fuck shit in the beginning before the cameras start rolling. So I'm gonna get.
But what if it's? But listen, here's the thing. What if it's like, let's say Roman and Big E is the main event, and Big E loses. Roman is standing tall, and if you see it's like 950. Then it's no doubt about it. The Rock is coming out. The Rock will be coming out if it's 9. Because why? Because The Rock wouldn't come out in the beginning of the show, and he wouldn't come out in the middle of the show. It would be because you'd be too much of at a high just booking the show, right? Outside being a fan. If I'm booking the show, I'm not gonna put The Rock because people are just gonna be buzzing from that. But now, if you do what you did with SummerSlam when Cena came out, and but you have this time as The Rock, oh man.
Or they might do it as, Uso's going to try to come and cheat. New Day going to come on and do their thing, and they going to be on side of the ring. And it's going to be some fuck shit. Brock Lesnar's going to come back and try to, because he's after Roman and Paul Heyman.
But when do you bring back?
Wait a minute.
When do you bring it? Okay.
Let me get it.
This is
Brock Lesnar's going to come back and try to do his little fuck shit or whatever and just be desecrating Roman. And then If You Smell comes on, he's gonna come. I feel like he's gonna come, help his cousin, and then he's gonna turn on his cousin because everybody wants to see that dream match.
Oh yeah, you want people to pass.
Oh yeah.
So you think this is like Astro?
If I'm passing out, everybody passing out. Shit.
You think this is like Astro World Fest or whatever that concert was or whatever? Where people just
No.
Everybody go. No,
No, we're not gonna do that. But
okay.
because WWE.
Because you want people to pass out.
But that's fine. They can pass out. Like it's like a Michael Jackson concert. Everybody passing out. But because WWE has been lacking so much, they need to do something to hype it up. Yes, The Rock by himself will come and hype up the crowd, but if you still build up to that and The Rock beat Brock Lesnar real quick to be like, no, I'm the one who's gonna go after this title. I'm the one who's gonna be da 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 da. And he has like a small little run for a little bit to say he's 10-time, 11-time champion or whatever the case may be like that. Let him do it. Let him. All I know is I better be there to catch an elbow pad. I better be there to see an eyebrow. He could flick sweat like this.
That's all I want. I just want the sweat. Just like
he's gonna flick the sweat, and you gonna catch it in the crowd somehow.
Listen.
Look.
Listen. You must not know my name, baby. Woo, you must not know my name.
I got you. By the way, that was a bad analogy in regards to the Travis Scott thing because that was a terrible thing that happened. This is clean, fun, passing out. So I had to clear that one up. That was a little bit too much liquor.
That's like everybody gonna pass it like it's a Michael Jackson concert. Everybody
there you go.
Got carried over the barricades.
For an actual icon, exactly.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But being that we are talking about Survivor Series, we cannot stress enough what's going to be happening next weekend. And although you guys are tired of me and P talking about it, although y'all need to be there, we have somebody else who's really going to amp y'all up to be there. So P, please bring
Who's
up
in the building.
Yes.
None other than Wilkins from Jobbertier.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Hello.
I know you don't drink, but do you got some water or something for Thirsty Thursday?
Yeah, I have something here. I brought my cup, so I have something.
All right.
Cool.
Here.
So Survivor Series weekend, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Okay, please let everybody know what's happening Survivor Series weekend, please.
Oh, so Survivor Series weekend, we're doing a couple of dope stuff, actually. We're having a panel from different, basically people from across the board when it comes to professional wrestling, independent wrestlers, podcasters, influencers, referees, gonna talk about the culture of wrestling. And also we're doing an after party for the culture of wrestling. We're gonna have giveaways, raffles. It's gonna be lit. The DJ that I have is amazing. We got everything going. It's one of those things where you have to be there. And if you're missing out, you're gonna be really missing out.
Yeah, that's like you're gonna have the ultimate FOMO.
Yeah, basically.
Definitely. And it's gonna be at Legends. Make sure
it'll be at Legends, and then the next night, if the people who are not going to Survivor Series can come to the viewing party as well. I think that would be the 9th year we're doing a viewing party for a pay-per-view. So it'll be the 9th time we did Survivor Series at a viewing party. So it's going on 10 years.
Crazy. That was our first Jobbertier's party with Survivor Series.
Yeah, it was gonna be.
I do remember that. And then I think that's when we found out we just found out it was gonna be in Brooklyn, but I do. Survivor Series is my favorite event, so
it's actually mine too.
So
it's actually
real quick. Can we please get your take or your input about The Rock?
In what capacity?
Like wrestling career, like how did you feel about him, watching him growing up? Were you team
The Rock is perfect.
Thank you.
There's nothing that needs to be said about him.
Where's our gong?
Look at P. Don't do this. Don't do this. Impartial.
I guess.
Where's the gong?
I guess.
Do it.
Drink to that.
Do the thing.
Okay. Hold on.
Do it.
I got you. It like turns out, and then I gotta do this.
Thank you.
Because we spoke about it on our podcast today. We were talking about if Stone Cold was black, would he be a top star?
Absolutely not.
We had a debate about it, but we also talked about The Rock. If he was a white dude, would he be a top star? And I said no.
I don't think so either.
Because everything about him encompasses who The Rock is. Him being black, him being Samoan, everything about him of who he is encompasses The Rock. And you could, if you change one thing about him, it wouldn't be The Rock.
It wouldn't work. You're right.
You're right.
If he was full Samoan, if he was full black, if he was just had long hair, anything that changed that you changed, he would not have been The Rock. In my opinion on that one.
I agree.
I think The Rock, career-wise, is borderline like a Disney movie. Like everything lined up the way it was supposed to. Like it's supposed to start with adversity. That's, him coming as the blue chipper type of wrestler, the whole Rocky Maivia thing, then it not working out. And then he joins the Nation. And then everything goes great after that. Stone Cold no longer is injured and no longer can wrestle. And guess who's the next top guy? The Rock. Granted, there was hardship throughout it, but his career is just, and he reinvented himself multiple times, and it's worked depending on who you ask. His outside of wrestling, he paved the way for people to really like do movies and be a mega superstar. Like we've had wrestlers who like hit that level, but it's not at the level The Rock is at.
Austin.
And we also got to shout him out for being like knowing his ex-wife is his manager
and business partner too.
Business partner,
Like, he understands it's with him. It's not about gender. It's about who's putting in his work.
Correct.
And I'm glad that like even that him and his ex-wife, got that divorce and didn't work out because she saw him when he only had them $7 in his pocket and she was riding out with him from them. He was not like, all right, cool, this is what you get and that's it. We could go separate ways. Like he still have her, like they're still in business together. They share a daughter together. Like they're not letting their past relationship mess up their business partnership.
But no one knows. And at the end of the day, it could have been just literally could have been an amicable, splitting in just the sense that we're not in love with each other. But listen, we understand that we can make money together and still be a co-parent and be friends. And that's a breath of fresh air, just because a lot of times when relationships ends or whatever the case might be, is bad, really, really bad. But they were able to make do, and now they're balling out of control right now. So.
Well, she saved his career. I don't know if you guys know the story.
I don't. I sure don't.
So when he left WWE, he decided to like drop the Rock nickname.
I remember that. Yeah.
He was like he went by Dwayne Johnson. He was on Why Did I Get Married? I think the first one or the second one. I forget which one. He's like in the end, like the end credits of that movie.
I think the second one, whatever, with Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did that. He did, remember Tooth Fairy? He did, and a couple other movies. He did Doom, which did horrible in the movie in the theaters. And I don't know if you remember that time when he came back for a little bit and he slimmed down a lot.
Yeah,
that was around 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you saw him in front of other wrestlers. You're like, yo, who is this guy? So long story short, he bought, because Vince McMahon owns the Rock's name.
No, he doesn't.
So he bought it from Vince McMahon. I think he owns like a part of it, or they're like a 50-50 split or something of that nature.
No, he owns the entire The Rock.
Oh, he owns it now? He owns it now, but at the time he wanted it back. But the reason why was because Danny Garcia, his ex-wife, was just like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you trying to separate yourself from The Rock? That's where all your fans came from.
We just said this earlier.
That's what got you to this level of being in Hollywood. Because his agents probably at the time were like, yo, you got to separate yourself from that. People don't like wrestling anymore. You got to, slim down. Because in Hollywood, they want you to be smaller because the camera adds 10 pounds to you. And it's hard to make somebody smaller. It's easier to make them bigger. That's why Kevin Nash never got into Hollywood, because he's too tall.
He's too tall, yeah.
He's just a big dude. So it's weird for camera angles. So it's hard to like you can't put him in a love story. He's like 7 foot tall, and the girl's like 5'1". Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. Like, you get super typecast. But which is why his agents were like, yo, you need to slim down, blah, blah, blah. But his wife was like, nah, what are you doing? Let's go back to being The Rock. Get your weight back up. Do what you need to do. And she was the one who put him in the right direction. And like you said, Jenna, you said Krista, he was there before he who he was. So she knows the real person. She knows what fits him. And as you can see,
I love hearing when there's like a strong woman behind, like,
yes,
shit, like,
and then his branding is perfect. Like, everything he does fits his brand. And his career is ill. I heard you guys talking about him versus Mankind. For me, that was one of the greatest moments in his career. And I think Mankind is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Exactly.
Because you put him with anybody, it's a banger. And Mankind low-key made Triple H a mega superstar.
Yep.
Because his matches, those Hell in a Cell matches, all the matches he did, all helped elevate Triple H. But we're talking about The Rock here.
I think not to go too much into like Mick Foley in general, but I think I was watching an interview or like a documentary where he basically alluded to the fact of like, I want to make sure that person looks good because I'm not the greatest wrestler, this, that, and the third. So come with matches like that or with The Rock, realizing, okay, The Rock is up and coming and he has this look. Now, how can I make this person look good? So that's definitely an attribute to Mick Foley. He just really got it in the sense of putting someone over.
Yeah,
but it's not about Mick Foley.
No way that you're gonna get stunned and lunge yourself 50 feet out the ring or onto the ropes like that.
Yeah, just or yeah.
You know what's funny? He got shit for that. He got shit for overselling The Rock. But the wrestlers he got in matches with were like, yo, this is amazing. It makes me look good.
Oh, The Rock. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's an art that's missing right now. Not too many people can sit here and sell like that. And one person that comes to mind is the GOAT, Sasha Banks, but this is not about her. It's just not too many. It's a missing art in regards to selling. So I know that for me, that was one thing for The Rock that I gravitated to, was the fact that he could make people look good.
He told the story in the ring. I mean, I don't fuck with this dude, Hogan, but
I don't think anyone does.
Nobody.
His match against Hogan, Rock doesn't get enough credit for that match.
I mean, he had to oversell.
He had to really take over that match.
It's not even that part. That is what the beautiful part about it. It was when the turn happened within the match. Because The Rock comes in as the face.
Yeah.
Hogan comes in as the heel. The fans low-key switched it up and were cheering for Hogan. And within, he called that audible within the match. And it flipped. It's like, you ever heard of when they say it on like Twitter or something, like, what is Shakespeare, what is not Shakespeare? Not really Shakespeare. That was Shakespeare at his finest.
Making
the turn happen right in front of us.
Making the hero the villain. Yep.
Yeah. Within seconds that happened. And it was just beautiful.
That's the magic of wrestling that we all like watch for. Like
Agreed.
Those moments.
Again, it
Absolutely.
goes back, it's a lost art in regards to being able to notice that, like, and be like, okay, let's play to the crowd. And like you said, Rock was able to do just that, play to the crowd. And that's what makes him probably, I'm gonna say the greatest of time, but I'm biased.
I'm
confused with the rubbing of the eyebrows.
Right, like, you gotta chill.
Right, you gotta relax.
I just don't necessarily agree, and I'm just
gonna... So who's the greatest for you?
The Austin.
She thinks Austin is the greatest of all time.
I do. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from The Rock. Like,
but you have this whole show. You have this show when I was on a few years ago. You did it then. You just always doing it.
So okay.
Talking about I was stirring the pot. Talking about
I said he was overrated. I was stirring the pot.
It was real.
You was being real. On your shit.
It was real life.
But the thing is, why I say that, and I understand people's point of view of what Stone Cold did, like he catapulted wrestling to another level. Sure. But it takes a certain type of person and performer to take that ball and run with it. Because
I agree.
When Stone Cold got I know what you're gonna say. When Stone Cold got injured, and the company needed somebody else to run with it, The Rock stepped up big time.
Who stepped up? Say it again. Who stepped up?
The Rock.
Oh.
And then, granted, Stone Cold, when that glass breaks.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But the only reason why I always give The Rock a little bit more is because of his mainstream love.
And that's a very good point, just for the simple fact of what you just said, in the sense of like Stone Cold was Stone Cold, right? So this is the epitome of the Attitude Era. This is popularity at its finest. Stone Cold, Austin 316. For someone like The Rock to literally take that choke hold he had on the industry, when I'm referring to as Stone Cold, and to challenge him and battle, where it's like battling in the sense of like who's number one, that says a lot about that performer. And then going to that point that you just made, Wilkins, in regards to mainstream, The Rock was able to transition into mainstream, right? So it's just like, so now you have a whole slew of other fans that are now just invested because of this person. So that's why I've always said the same thing, why I felt The Rock was a bigger star. Yes, Stone Cold, we're not going to deny the fact that, well, a lot of people can say DX really started the Attitude Era, but you know, Stone Cold ran with it and made it a whole nother thing. But I gotta look at the whole package in the sense of The Rock was like multifaceted, where it just wasn't wrestling. It was just a actual star.
Right, like
he's a star.
The sports part, he took the entertainment part. Because when we was growing up, yeah, they was saying sports entertainment, but we was like, oh, it's wrestling. But then when they dropped the F, brought the E, and it was really sports entertainment, The Rock was really carrying that entertainment part of it.
Right, and still kept it wrestling. Yeah,
right. Punchlines, gimmicks, commentary. Don't get me wrong, Austin did the same thing too, but he didn't like his so-called gimmicks didn't translate as well because he was turning heel. Like when he was doing all the gimmicky stuff with him and Kurt Angle and Vince, he was turning heel, and people really wasn't translating to that. Like they really was like the top person who we looked at is now turning heel. Rock turned heel early in his career, which even boosted him up more. Austin
because he was black.
That too. Austin started turning heel, and it was just like, this is not working. And Austin says, it ain't working. Like, this is where around the time y'all wasn't even finding stuff for me to do. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing out there. And he was injured. He had lingering injuries. It just didn't work out for him. But you have to give credit when credit is due. Like, I'm not taking shit from Austin. Austin.
But you also got to remember too, with Austin, in regards to the point that you just made, in regards to, you know, transition or whatever the case might be, Austin tried that. He tried Hollywood and doing the show. It didn't work. It worked for The Rock, right? So it just shows the type of, The Rock just had that it factor, where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get behind this. I want to see him in other things. Whereas Austin is, you respect it for what it is. Like, it's just this fuck authority, you know, fuck the system. I'm a blue collar, white collar type of worker, and you know, I'm tired of getting disrespected by my boss. I'm gonna raise some hell, and that that's relatable, because I think in we all feel that way, and you know, working for the man, right? It's
working for the man every night and day.
Exactly. it's just like we're tired of authority or taking rules from whatever. That's what Austin was for people. But with The Rock, he's like, I want to be like The Rock. He's like, he dressed in $800 shirts. He,
swag.
Swag. I want to be like him. I want to date him. That's you idolize that.
The one thing I will give The Rock before we do last call, Becky, is I do love that the like biggest star in Hollywood, the number one most paid movie actor, came from wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
It gives me goosebumps just saying it. So that I will always give The Rock. Like, I will never like argue with that because, like you said, his crossover appeal. Anyone can come across The Rock on television and watch an interview and like fall in love with him. And then like 5 years later, be like, oh, wait, he was in WWE. Like that is the appeal that The Rock has. And I will
my nephews does that. My nephew Cameron, he's 6, and right, and he's like,
we old.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, grown man.
He saw a person who looked like Maui. Dreads.
That's crazy.
When he was young, and he was like, "Daddy, that's Maui." And I said, "No, baby, that ain't Maui.
That's The Rock.
That's
The Rock. It is The Rock.
That is The Rock.
That is so weird.
When I showed him, I said, Cameron, this is my favorite wrestler. He also played Maui. He was like, what? And he gets it. He gets it. I said, now ask your daddy who his favorite wrestler is. My brother's on your side. My brother's on your side.
But you know what the beauty about this is? We're still talking about Stone Cold and The Rock. So many years after.
So many years. It's probably gonna go with us to our graves and then beyond the grave at that.
Yeah, because it's so many years after we speak about it. Even kids who were brought up in the ruthless aggression era go back to that Stone Cold and The Rock time. Like we can go back and forth and like say who's the greatest, and we all have our biased opinions about it. But when it comes down to it, when I was watching an old Raw, I remember The Rock and Stone Cold's Intercontinental title feud was a bigger deal than Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels World Champions.
Because Intercontinental title was a bigger deal than the World Championship at that time.
But it was more because of The Rock.
But it was more so to his point in regards to like a testament to who was feuding for it and how big of stars that they were. Because I always say this, and not to go off a tangent because I know you guys trying to wrap it up. I always felt like, yes, Shawn Michaels and even Bret Hart, yes, some of the greatest wrestlers ever and some of the biggest wrestlers ever, but they came from a time where wrestling was, or at least WWF was struggling, right?
No, wrestling in general was struggling.
Wrestling in general was struggling. And these are guys that you consider, quote unquote, the face of the company, but they're not, there's something not clicking with the mass, right? Because if you're the face of the company, then it should be like, then people should be watching it. But we're going to your point in regards to The Rock and Stone Cold, that being bigger than that actual feud. It just shows who the actual real stars were, or at least becoming, or you know what I mean? So
yeah.
And that's not a slight at Bret or Shawn, but a lot of people forget that Shawn Michaels in particular, I felt never really the face of the company, but never really took it where it needed to.
He never was able to take it where he needed. But also at that time, you have Bret and Shawn, who've been in WWE since what? 92, 93. So at that time, when they're ready, and since the 80s, because the whole barbershop shit happened in the 80s. But at that time, it's like they ran their course, and people are now getting tired of watching the same old wrestlers. Just like when we see Goldberg come back, it's like why? Or when we see
why?
Yeah, it's just mostly Goldberg because now I like Ponytail Brock here. So we're gonna leave Ponytail Brock.
Okay.
Ponytail Brock, you get it.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
But it's like
I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that it does something to me.
I'm not saying it's right, but it does.
But it's like they ran their course, so it's like, do we want to keep seeing the same people that keep rewashing on TV, or do we want to see someone younger and attractive and clearly taking shit to a different level because Austin was already on some fuck you shit when he stepped out. Like once he became that Stone Cold, he was already on some fuck you Vince shit. I'm not wearing no ties. I'm not wearing this, that, and third. I'm not doing that. And then you have The Rock, who's greener than fucking ever, but still coming into his own. And you got them two in the match. It's like, okay, or they fighting for the IC champ. All right, we want to see this. Not taking nothing away from Brett and Sean, but it was like their time was coming to an end. Brett was already going to WCW.
And then you have classic moments, just throwing Austin off the bridge and the icy side.
Yeah.
It's just classic moments after classic moments. So yeah, of course, we updated to that.
Let's rock Austin moments.
Yeah,
like the beer truck. One of my favorite moments. The Rock slide into a rock bottom. Oh my laptop is dying, y'all.
By the way, I think The Rock is coming back.
That you think you're?
I think he's coming. Wait. I think he's coming back for at least an appearance.
Survivor Series. Not.
Yeah, it's
we're all like on the same page there. I see you.
It's 25 years. It's perfect.
The irony is, I got an email. I want to say at 7:00, more or less when this started. Get 4 tickets for the price of 3 for WWE Survivor Series. They're telling me, sis, you need to go because your favorite wrestler ever is showing up.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best. But we can never take away how Stone Cold sold so much merchandise.
Oh,
for real.
Listen, I already have part of my outfit. I just need my Rock jacket. If somebody can find me a Rock jacket and mail it to me
before next Sunday.
It's not on Chalkline. I already looked, and texted.
You want to borrow my chalk? I have a Rock. I actually have a Rock and Austin Chalkline jacket. I have the one that like looks like his Versace one, and I have the first one that they came out with. So if you got picking if you want.
See, you said borrow. I would probably never get it back right now. But if she's being honest,
Jenna, she's being honest. She actually wants it.
Yeah, I want my own. I want my own.
I can't help you.
Don't risk it. Don't risk it, Jenna.
No, I'm closing my laptop.
Because she's offering, I will definitely borrow. But I do.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I would never give you that.
Girl, trust me, I know we love each other, but I'll never give you one either.
Okay.
I'll never give you my own. I will buy your own. I would never give you my own. But yeah, I've been looking. It's not on Chalkline. I was like, hey, you know when they
check
text
on the
you,
WWE shop. It's not there.
I didn't see it. Somebody need to give me a Chalkline jacket before next Sunday. Somebody rock on it.
Everybody, you got homework, so help Krista find the jacket before next Sunday. Come on.
I got my shirt.
Come on.
I got my outfit. I just need my jacket, and that's it.
That's it. I'm on the shop right now trying to.
Yeah. All I need is my jacket.
Oh, I'm popping mad stuff off the Rock 25 thing. I already ordered the Funko Pop with like it's like blue with all the pattern all over it.
Yeah, that I was going to pre-order that from Walmart when I did it, but I like get it. I'm like,
I just ordered that one, and I have like a lot of Rock memorabilia already. I think, like I said, he was out here dressed like a Haitian Pops back in the day, bro. Like the Haitian in me always gotta have love for The Rock.
You have to. Shout out to all the Haitians out there, okay? You have to.
This is a good time.
I was gonna say on that note. Look at that.
Oh, get that, Krista. You better get
it. Text it to me. Girl.
Get on it.
You wasn't looking hard enough. Like, what we doing?
Well, they just put it back up there because I was searching. Was I not texting you? Like, I went crazy shop and they did not have it.
Pay extra for shipping to make sure that shit gets here.
Girl, I'm buying it tomorrow.
It's already next week. I can't believe it. It's already next week.
I know.
I got you. I'm texting you guys right now.
I feel like we can keep on talking about The Rock for forever because I would love to keep talking about The Rock for forever. But I also need to be a wife and start dinner.
Yeah.
So I need to head out. Plus, Krista's laptop is dying.
Yes,
And
I
I'm
need to
working.
speak to it.
She's
That's
working.
beautiful. Shout out to you for being a wife and starting dinner.
Thank you. I work hard and cook harder too because it takes me a while. Anyways,
What are you making, by the way?
What's the last HelloFresh meal? This is not a shameless plug. We don't get sponsorship. He's not paying attention to me. He's watching something. I have a meal in the fridge that I need to. I don't know. I have one of those like
HelloFresh thing.
I have HelloFresh. I have HelloFresh. So I have a HelloFresh meal ready. Well, ready to be cooked. So I wanna thank you for asking. And I want to dedicate a shout to all of you guys because honestly, I freaking love The Rock. I'm glad that we all here love The Rock except for P. And
haters are gonna hate, B. Haters are gonna hate.
Always a hater.
There's always a hater.
Haters are gonna hate, son.
You know what? To you,
so cold.
To The Rock.
To The Rock.
There you go. To The Rock.
The great one. The great one. Remember.
The great
Jabroni being
champion.
Trailblazer.
There you go.
Don't get me started.
There you go.
But for real, thank you
everybody
for joining us for another edition of Thirsty Thursdays. I really do look forward to this. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Wilkins.
Yes, no problem.
This was fun.
It was.
Where can everybody find everybody?
Jenna Wilkins.
Yes. Listen to next Sunday on the floor. Great.
I love it. All right. Well, for us, for the face beat, the socials, you know what? You can just go to our website, Face Beat Podcast. You got everything right there. Facebeatpod.com. Podcast. Either one works. I am not sober.
I was like, this is not a sober plug, but
that's why you got to party with us next Saturday.
Yes. Be there. Also, for everybody who might have missed it, for us, the Face Beat Heels High podcast is taking a hiatus until the next year, but we are coming back stronger than ever. So sending you all the love. Hopefully see you on an upcoming Thursday next month. I might not be here. I will try. I may not be here. I will try. Depends on my internet. Depends on my internet. I'm gonna try. So, and my socials, you can add me on Instagram. I'm Crispa Contreras. Spell that.
I love the name. Damn.
Thank you. Crispa, CRISPA Contreras, CONTRERAS. Good luck.
Okay, because that was really quick, but okay.
Yeah. I'll text it. I don't know.
You gotta start dinner, B.
I gotta start dinner. Thank you, Wilkin. Thank you.
I hear you, B. You can find me at Miss Jenna Baby BAYBEE, and my podcast is at the Mixed Tag Show. Shout out to my co-host Blue. I heard that you guys are always doing stuff together. I heard you guys are always doing stuff together, and I was like saying to him, like, yo, like, what happened? I thought it was love between us, and it's just like you guys are always doing like little things or whatever the case might be. No. I was gonna bring this up eventually.
Let me clear this up right now. So the other day,
I'm sorry because I know you have to go to you have to go.
You're good. He clearly has his headphones.
My fault.
Gracias. No, it's okay. He's like, I'm talking to him. I'm calling his name. He says nothing. He looks, like he good.
Okay.
we were on Twitter. We were having a conversation. I think it was about The Rock and Rock fans and Survivor Series. So Pete was like, hey, this would be a great sound off. I said, girl, you reading my mind. And Blue was one of the people who commented on the tweet and gave his input in. So really, P, I gotta put my hair down, put my earrings back on. Right, hold on. And then
I thought it was shade to me because I was like this. Okay, I got you. I fixed myself. Okay, so
that's how Blue got into it. I was really gonna reach out to everybody who was on that Twitter thread, but Blue was really the only one.
Okay, no, all right, no, that's fine. That's cool.
It's no shade.
I will say it was my idea to have you on tonight.
It was. He hit you.
It
was like,
was.
"You gotta have."
Okay. All right. I'm cool.
I mean, just because you have horrible wrestling takes doesn't mean that you're not welcome to the wrestling girls.
I got it. Wait, how do you exit out of this? That's disrespectful.
F the picture. It's time to go.
I'm a
gotta
victim.
go.
I'm a victim. I have been
My face about to
bullied
be
by
like this in
Krista
the picture,
B
like-
and Jenna for years now. But that's a whole nother thing.
That's crazy that it has been years. It's crazy.
But no, P's been catching my wrath a little bit more now because now she want to be out here tweeting and loving up on Roman, baby girl. We're not gonna do that. That's what
you're not. You gotta.
That's what we're not gonna do.
That's what
I love you, Chris. I love you, P. I love you very much, girl. I love you.
But you gotta step off.
But
that's like you loving up on Big E, girl.
That's okay.
Exactly.
That's okay. I get flack for loving on Roman, so that's fine. It's okay.
Listen. There's. I actually think that this shirt is already live on.
She can't do that either.
What happened? Wait, what? I'm sorry.
She was a Roman hater before, so she can't do that either.
You were a Roman hater before?
No, she said, "Did you love Roman before?"
No,
I said
yes. You were a Roman hater before.
Oh, I was never a Roman hater.
Oh, okay. So
okay. Then you good. Then you good. I think that this shirt might already be live on our store. I need to check because I am neglecting that. Thank you, P. Thank you, PJ, for getting our store on track and all that. We have a shirt, or we have a shirt coming. Let the Samoans take me. So just Roman Reigns, just come and take me. Jenna, you need to get that. I'm gonna get. Listen, yes, Krista, you need one of those. Jenna, get yourself one of those. The three of us,
I'm just gonna get in
the three of us, we're gonna walk around like he knows. He fucking knows.
Mine know.
If Roman walks my way, he already said he's taking me by the hand and walking me away, and I will. No,
I love that. That's such a great marriage. I love that.
Listen, my baby's like, hey, if it happens, just make sure it could benefit the both of us. I got you. Okay,
what? That's fine. That's fine because that's fine because I feel like mine would leave me for Sasha, but that's fine.
That's fine too for you. Listen,
I guess I understand it because that's my favorite, but it's still like,
girl, y'all better understand
what are we doing?
our assignments.
I do have an agreement about Big E as well.
Jesus Christ.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like I already know what's up. Like I already know what's up. So
Wilkins is like, this is the part where I gotta go.
Like, listen, as long as there's honesty and open communication, and we all understand that you cannot stop this, then it's good.
One last one for that.
Yes.
The last one.
I'm not drinking to that one, no.
Let
me actually chug this. Hold on.
Nah, for real. Thank you guys. This was so fun. I can't wait to see y'all next Saturday. Jenna, you coming, right?
Well, next Saturday I have a lot of things to. I have to go to Jersey.
She hit y'all with the I want to drink to you. I got a lot of.
Well, I want her to answer. Go ahead, go.
Saturday, I'm supposed to go to Invictus, the wrestling show in Jersey on Saturday. But I would love to actually head on over and show you guys love. But I'm also going to be in Jersey on Saturday. That's all I was saying. That's it.
What time does Invictus start?
I think I gotta check. I think it's like 7 or something. But one of my boys is actually wrestling. And
nice.
then Blue just had that, when we did the premiere episode of Put You On, he with Jay Boogie. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I have
Jay
his shirt
Bougie.
on.
There you go, Jay Bougie.
That's my god brother.
That's your god brother. Again.
I love that y'all are supporting him. Oh,
yeah, so he's gonna be there too as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
it's been a minute.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right. Yeah. She gets a pass. I thought she was gonna say she got.
But I didn't. And see, the fact that I'm getting a pass, I didn't say I wouldn't necessarily come.
No,
I wouldn't go to that.
It's okay because you're doing that. I thought it was like a relative party or something or whatever.
Oh wow! Because if it was a relative party, no, that's cool. You guys come before relatives. It's fine.
I love you.
as we all should for each other. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
There you
Wilkins
go.
is like, what?
Okay.
Wilkins comes from a Haitian household, so I know how they give it up when it comes to family gatherings.
To family, yeah. So that's a viewpoint.
Yeah, you different, Wilkins. You different.
You got a opinions, Tamina? Come here.
You're different, Wilkins. I get it. You're understood. Your assignment is understood. But so thank you all for joining us on this Thirsty Thursday about The Rock, the greatest of all time. I don't care who doesn't agree. You can just
hear that, Tamina?
With your mama, not with us.
This was Tamina, Jenna.
Hi,
this was Tamina. Hey, hi, Bubba.
Oh, those are beauties.
Thank you. We have Naya too, but she's laying somewhere. She's asleep. She's not coming.
Now that's a Simone I can get under. Okay, you can talk about that later.
Naya can't hang at this point. But thank you guys.
That thirst for Naya has been real for many years. It's crazy.
It's real.
Listen. The first time that I started watching wrestling with my husband, who's the one who brought me back into wrestling, is the day that Let the Samoans Take Me was born, because I met Roman and Naya on the same night.
Oh,
so I'm just saying.
Well, girl, I don't have much left.
I had to. I'm empty, but I had to.
So either one, I meant it. Let the Samoans as a collective take me.
Okay. I respect it.
Be it Roman, be it Naya, I'll come along.
I respect it.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. We love you guys. We hope to see you on November 20th, Survivor Series weekend. Pass through, post, hashtag, everything. Be at Legends, be at the panel. P is going to be on this panel, so please support her. Janelle from HR is on this panel, so support her. We got a lot of dope friends on this panel. And just party and hang out with us. I'm gonna be there. We're gonna turn up.
And if you don't got tickets to Survivor Series, Jobbers is doing a watch party at Legends too. So that's literally the next best thing.
Them parties be lit too. If I didn't have tickets, I would be at Jobbers.
Yeah.
I gotta go die in person.
Yeah.
Because of The Rock.
Because of The Rock.
Exactly.
On that note, y'all, we out.